Let's learn a crochet trick to change colors so we have minimal weaving. We start with our first color, then we slip knot and chain. I will be demonstrating this technique with double crochets, so when we finish our chain, we chain 3 extra, which count as our first stitch of the row. We yarn over and double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. That will be our second stitch of the row. Let's add a stitch marker in the chain before, which is our first stitch of the row. We double crochet until the end of our row. Our next step is to make our last loop wider to avoid unraveling and to add a stitch marker in our last stitch. Now it's time to change colors, but we do not turn our work around. Instead, we add our new color in the first stitch from the right. We do that by pulling a loop through and chaining 1 to secure the new yarn, and then chain 3, which counts as the first stitch of row 2. We add a stitch marker in our first stitch, and then we carry on with our double crochets until we reach the end of the row. When we finish with row 2, just like before, we make our final loop wider and we add a stitch marker in our last stitch. Now we turn our work around and we start working with our new color by inserting the hook through the loop and pulling the yarn gently to adjust the height. We need to make sure that the loop is wide enough so we can insert our hook through the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then start working row 3, as we did before. 3 chains that count as our first stitch, and then carrying on until the end of the row. At the end of row 3, we make our loop wider and we add a stitch marker in the last stitch. For row 4, we don't turn our work around. Instead, we insert our hook through the loop of row 2 and we pull the yarn gently to adjust the height. Just like in row 3, we carry on with our double crochets until the end of the row. The main idea of this technique is that we start our new color from right to left and we turn our work around only when all of the colors have been applied. Therefore, we don't need to cut our yarn every time we start a new row. When we finish our work, we cut our yarn and we fasten off every loose end. Now we only have to weave 4 ends because we have 2 colors. You can see that more clearly in the work that has multiple rows. We still have only 4 edges to weave. And you just learned a new trick. Well done!